Bill Henshaw here again for the Constitutional Crisis Channel. Just some thoughts and comments on my recent experiences in the South Carolina Detention Center. Never been out of jail or a prison, mind you. But I've been asked to talk about to some of the people back there and say, what would you say to them that were involved in the case, the prosecutor and other people involved, and the one that wrote out the perjured affidavit against me. And my initial thoughts are, well, my goodness, all of you should have known from day one, before the ink was dry on the documents, that they were false and fraudulent. I mean, hell, you can read on the title document of the one that you have that I sent to the court, and you had it from day one. Yeah, I invoked the South Carolina Supreme Court, but with the concurrent jurisdiction of a federal circuit court. That's not subject to their quote-unquote state statute, even if it were valid. And they've been to law school and don't know this? What the hell are they teaching people in law schools these days? So that's what I'm upset about more than anything else. The case should never have even started, let alone, and there'll be more you'll hear later about the preliminaries to this that are amazing that happened. But I was able to work through it with my friend. We got the record set, and I'm out and back home. And in a limited sense, no harm done, but I lost 7 months of my life doing it, and someone's going to be paying for it. That you can trust. But my whole experience is in the 5 months out of those 7 I was there in South Carolina. We had people coming in and out of there, and every one of them got screwed over by the system one way or another, one in which they warehouse people there. And from what I hear, and I don't have any hard facts at this point on this, but they get $100 or $150 a day per inmate there, apparently from federal funds, which I would love to do an audit of that, and if I'm forced to file suit, I will do it. But what on earth goes on there? I mean, you just look at it and say, and everyone in there, they rarely had hearings. Some of them didn't even have bonds set, and you're entitled to bail even by their version of the South Carolina Constitution. And people would be there in some cases years, awaiting even a hearing, let alone a trial. And I'm still trying to sort through all this and see if I can make it conform to the Constitution that I know and advocate, and I haven't found a way to do it yet. Well, like I said, over succeeding videos, you'll be hearing a lot more about this, and you can make your own decisions, and I would love to hear comments and suggestions and questions about this, too. Am I crazy thinking this way? I mean, what I went through, and I was fortunate in a way because, the shrink could easily have found me to be mentally unstable or crazy or what have you, or not capable of helping my own defense. So, and it didn't happen, thank goodness. She was one that adhered to her professional standards, and I want to thank her for that. Not many people back there did it, but this one did. So that was a good break for me. And when they finally realized I was quote-unquote confident, which they should have known from day one if they would have read the 130 pages I sent to the South Carolina Supreme Court, all my own work. What's hard about this? Damn, anyway, we'll have more news when things develop in the case if I have to file one, which I personally don't think I will. This is such a dead-bang, open and closed case. They don't want that to happen because they can't let me in front of a jury with them and ask them questions like I'm asking here on this video, or even worse questions about constitutional law that they have a sworn duty to know. Isn't going to happen. Just like I said with the amendment to do away with the Electoral College, ain't going to happen either. Neither of these things will. So we'll talk more about this in the future. As things develop and I have news, I will report back. Continuing my experiences in South Carolina, which I've been describing, I should have mentioned that I was denied multiple times there any hearings at all, including 2 in California that should have happened, and neither of them did. And I was denied up to as many as 15 times in the course of 7 months, 13 times back there, including the fact I never had a preliminary hearing, which you supposedly have a right to do. And twice I was denied going before a grand jury in the mix. And if that happened, the case there wouldn't have been an indictment. I would have been home months before I was. But they knew they couldn't let me have a hearing because if the stuff gets on the record, now they're going to get convicted of treason because there's an official record set of what they did. They had me in a court that they knew damn well didn't have any jurisdiction. And I had Chief Justice John Marshall saying that in Cohens against State of Virginia. That's treason. And that's exactly what it should be. So all of these things happened. I never had a hearing of any kind. And what I did get on the record, I did extemporaneously with hearings I didn't even know about until the morning they occurred. And in both cases, had to sit there in a cold jail cell for 4 hours, a loud jail cell too, trying to figure out what these hearings were about, which I did successfully in both cases. But still, never had my own hearing. Is this the system we're supposed to have here? Oh, they do not want me asking them that question in front of a jury, among others. Trust me. Thank you.